Too sweet. It's a good
Hello,
vibe.
everyone, and welcome to Epic Interactions, where a couple guys and a couple girls get together, have some fun, play some D&D, and try and survive. And for those that are just joining us, welcome to the chaos. So, some announcements just to hop on in there. We are still doing a giveaway for when we hit $50 or $50. I believe it's $50. Where half of that will go to veterans. For the military, we each have ties to the military. Also, I kind of have a goal for everyone here and in the chat. So throughout the whole night tonight, I just want to try and hit 20 views. Just 20 viewers all at the same time, including the ones that we have open, just all together. Okay? So if you see somebody popping in the chat, tell them to share. If you see somebody just pop in for a couple seconds, hey, could you share this out? And we're just trying to get a goal of just 20 views, just running that out. So for the players, that's going to be a little task for you guys for tonight.
Okay.
For the viewers, keep in the chat, because the players will be in there as well. You can chat with them, try and get them distracted while I'm trying to run a game here. But
It's very easy to get me distracted from all people. Like, I'm literally always the one who they have to, like, cut.
it's okay. So, just keep that in mind. Some other things, we have some things in the works in terms of electronics and things like that. We're always looking to better, so if you see something electronic-wise or just something's off, feel free to let us know so that way we can help. Any lagging, anything like that. Another announcement, Charles is back from his 10-week hiatus at Ghana and Africa. And
Hold up, Charles. I got you, bro. I got you.
Get me.
Get me.
So,
Back by popular demand.
yeah.
Yes,
By
we'll
far.
say that.
But we'll say that. So after getting back to his roots, he is now back for some D&D action. For those kind of wondering what I did with him, he did not gain any experience except for just a little bit. Not necessarily, he didn't level up or anything like that. Just more of like over time he did stuff. So, which he'll kind of explain later. So, trying to think. Definitely check out our Facebook page, like it, share it, message us in there. We definitely are still looking. Share the Facebook page if you have friends out there. Any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to let us know because we're always just trying to get out there. Other than that, I guess we can dive on in on today's episode of Epic Interactions. That player's handbook I'm going to need, by the way. So, last week, the heroes were down in the storage area, and they met up with Tamaron, who seemingly looks to be more powerful than he was prior. This is an individual that helped them that seemed pretty weak, but now all of a sudden has gained newfound power that may or may not be of himself. However, leaving the party a little
Oh, snap. Sorry. I was going back to the Twitch app and it was the
a little
advertisement.
parting gift as Rahun was, I would say, maybe cursed. The players
I
or
don't know, but it
heroes
ain't me.
not really sure. Going back to their room to
purpose
get
this time.
some sleep as Tamaron and Baltimore exchanged words and agreed to come back at midnight, the very night of, to maybe get some answers on what's going on. As they came back to the room and started to talk a little bit more, conversate, and then fall asleep, the curse residing in Rahun decided to take form as Rahun, still believing he was in a dream, forging away, was actually in reality hacking and slashing his way through the party, falling Baltimore, and just now coming to consciousness on what exactly is going on. And that's where we'll pick up tonight's session as Rahun you finally you come alive. You view of the room as everyone is staring at you, blood ready to attack you, as Baltimore is lying on the ground, just barely breathing, gasping for air.
What happened? Keep in mind right now that I am like raging boner right now. Also,
Due to forging.
yes, due
Yes.
to my forging dream that I had.
Very well.
So I'm not only just standing over Baltimore, but he's also getting like pretty good view of his last
Got it.
stuff.
Okay.
Thank you for specifying.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I just wanted to lighten the mood a little bit. You know?
Where did I get stabbed again? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Okay, just
Is it
Hey,
important?
you got your own dice.
I did.
She
I
did.
like the color too.
Thanks.
She invested $20 in it.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh.
Better yet, why don't you try rolling it and see what number you get?
They're a little bit harder to see.
You
Oh.
click
They're
nothing.
pretty. It's precision
Oh,
precision
no.
edge.
I got a 2.
Yeah, after what? You sure you got a 2? You
Yeah.
Sure?
I'm pretty sure that was a 2.
I'm happy with them.
Unless it was a
That's-
20.
that's
then
all
I'd be
that
happy
matters.
with
They're beautiful.
that. So yeah, I'm sitting there. What's going
Look
on?
what you did.
Baltimore still.
Did I do that?
And I have like another arrow about ready to like jam in his neck right now.
Whoa. Elfco. Relax.
Look what you did. You nearly chopped his head off.
I step away from Baltimore, like backing up. I'll drop my axe right now. I'm like, no, that wasn't me. I didn't do this.
I think that we should restrain him. I mean, I know that Tristan just passed, but he did say, "Oh, see you
Whoa,
again." So
there's no need to restrain me.
who knows?
I'm not
No,
doing
it's
anything.
Tristan.
Tristan.
Yeah, Trisdane.
D-A-N.
Trisdane.
Let's all relax here.
Tristan.
I think it's been a misunderstanding. I was sleeping. I couldn't have done this.
Atreya, are you okay?
I'm alright. I mean, I'm definitely going to.
I don't have a healing spell. I can't help.
Shows that
sit
there's
down.
7 viewers. If
I'm
you want
going
to get some
to-
people to share.
heal myself.
I'm gonna take a seat.
Okay. You go to take a seat and you realize that you have Emerald Stone, right?
Yes.
You go to sit down and it like crunches into your neck, and all of a sudden like you start seeing it start to almost vibrate and relieve this glowing green light.
I put it into the center of the table in front of me though.
Sure.
If there's still a table.
So for the first time, you see him pull out this stone that looks semi-big, almost like about the size of a football. Has an engraving on it, which if Rahun, you want to show her the picture of the engraving.
Okay.
And he starts putting it down, and
It's glowing green.
it's
Yeah.
glowing green, and the symbols start to light up green,
Okay.
very bright neon green as it starts to pulse, and then dims a little bit. Then it pulses again, and it gets a little faster with every second that passes, until it's almost just strobe light just going off,
Okay.
to where it relieves just a bright green light, lighting up the whole room.
Okay.
Everyone for a second is almost blinded,
Yeah.
just completely just green, as you hear a.
Do we feel it or we just hear it?
You just hear it and you feel the ground like as if somebody just stomped on the ground.
What was that?
Uh,
What just happened?
as your sight kind of comes to in the middle of the room, you see blue robes, a green hat pointed, a long white beard with a long staff.
I'm back!
And I grab Atreya like, Atreya, that is Emerald.
Emerald.
Yes, he's our friend. He got trapped in that orb thing.
Emerald, as you are in essentially the abyss, you felt this dark power almost starting to crush within this nothingness. And you being in this area, trying to tap into any type of source of power that has come your way. This is the biggest source of power that you've seen yet. And using all the energy that you have, you tether yourself to this power and almost allow it to slingshot you, pulling you out of this abyss. And as the light dims and you kind of look in your surroundings, you catch yourself. And in front of you, you see Cass. You see a girl that you've never met before. And on the ground next, you see Baltimore gasping for air. Still just kind of catching himself, catching his breath, starting to sit up as if he's just been attacked, as you can see blood all over his chest.
So I look over at Rahun and I immediately say, I knew you would almost kill him one day.
Demon! And I hit him.
Okay.
Hit him
Roll an attack.
wherever,
And I dodge.
wherever, like,
Roll an attack.
my hand would be at this point with him being on a table.
His hand is wrapped around an axe after hacking us all.
No, I said I stepped off and dropped that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he dropped the axe and sat down.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to dodge that punch.
Okay, that's called your AC, brother.
Rick.
What's messy?
I got an 11. I think he dodged. Unless,
Yeah.
wait,
Rick.
does he have robes on right now, or does he have anything on
What's your
right now?
dexterity right now?
My dexterity.
Or what's your
is-
AC, your armor class? I'm sorry.
armor class is 15.
15,
okay.
yeah. So you just, like, so for those that are just, you see him sit down, you see this individual come up, and you just see Rahul, Demon! And he just goes to attack, but trying to get off, he just completely whiffs.
Who is this?
Good try.
Emerald.
He's a friend.
He's a friend.
What
Emerald.
year is it?
I squint a
How
little
long
bit.
have I been gone?
I mean, buddy, you've been a rock this entire time.
Well, thank you for that.
We have a lot
No.
to catch you up on.
Not that
What
kind
are-
of rock. I mean, literally, you were a stone.
Is it still there? Like the orb thing?
Is it like all
Is
broken
it
up into
there?
pieces, like on the table?
No, it's still there.
That you were that. You were this.
Should we put it in the back of the building?
And in doing so, as you pick up the rock and start to point it toward him, you start to see the rock start to glow again. And Emerald, you start to feel your energy and the items that you know were somehow tethered to this begin to pull yourself back into the rock.
Oh no, please get that away from me.
I drop it.
I can't go back in there.
Goes off to the side.
I cover it with a blanket.
Okay. Take it.
I like Gandalf, sand rays, globe.
Saruman's eye.
Yes.
Okay.
The last thing I remember is we were in that goblin dungeon,
Goblin dungeon.
and some bright green light started to pull me in. And then I was gone in some dark, otherworldly abyss. It felt like forever. Time was an enigma, but I'm just glad to be back.
What's an
But I'm
enigma?
not glad to see that you've almost killed Baltimore again.
For those that are watching Baltimore, you see him acknowledge that Emerald's there and begins to pray.
Yeah, is anybody gonna help him? I got nothing here.
I don't
Oh,
know.
you've done plenty.
Yeah.
I gave him as much as I could from my pool. I actually am gonna heal myself and use what else I can to heal him. So I'm gonna do cure wounds. It says heal 1d8 plus SAB. What does that mean? You made this card for me. What does that mean? What am I supposed to do?
It's 1d8 plus your
I don't know what SAB means.
what should I call it?
Spell
Spell attack bonus. There you go. Thank
Spell
you.
Spell
Attack
attack
bonus?
bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. So spell attack bonus. Okay, SAB. Okay, is 8. So I need to roll 1d8.
She didn't even offer me any. Don't worry. I'm her husband.
Shut up.
All right, so 1d8.
You're so
plus-
right though.
No, you're not. You're wonderful.
Okay.
Don't even say that.
This is not a D8. Which one is this one? This one's not a D8.
Can you agree it?
I can't. Shut up. This is 12,
No,
D12.
D8 is a triangle one.
Is it triangle like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not that one though.
This one.
Hold on.
No, no.
That's
Oh.
fine.
I'm
Aha!
looking at it. There you go. Yeah, see?
You want these?
No, it's fine. I've invested.
She's proud of her
I've
$20 investment.
in these. Okay, 1d8, which is 5.
Chisel you.
5. Still having me. Plus 8, so 13. So that goes towards takes away my hit points.
No,
What does it do?
you just heal it. You just heal for that much. It's your ability, your power.
I know, but
DJ, are you back for good?
how does that affect my hit points?
Are you back for good? Somebody's
Does
asking
it
in
affect
the
my hit
chat.
points?
No.
Then what does it
Yes.
do with my health? I'm just healed now?
Are you healing yourself?
Yeah.
Then you add that to your health points. But you can't go above your maximum hit points.
Sorry. I
So
read
as she's doing this, I'm gonna be checking myself to make sure that I have everything that I had when I left and when I was in that.
Yeah, as you're kind of checking yourself, you notice, I mean, you didn't have anything because when you got pulled in, you had nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. I think I was naked, wasn't I?
you were.
Am I still naked?
Hit points, yeah, health points.
You have your robe. You have a robe,
Okay.
and you have your
myself from one of those.
and your three items that your parents gave you: the owlbear talon,
Yeah, I did 22.
the
I
feather,
did 22.
Yeah.
and your green hat is
Those
back.
are my hit points.
I found it.
What's the question?
But I have my two quarters. Right?
Did you heal? Did you just
Okay.
heal? Did you just heal yourself? Is that
Yeah.
what you just
Yes.
did? Okay, what did you get as the number for heal?
13.
13, you add 13 to 22.
No, 22 was the damage that was given to me. When I got
So-
injured, I wrote down 22 because you said that's how.
How much damage you took?
Yeah.
Okay, so for your hit points,
So 32
you
minus
have your
22.
maximum hit points, and then you subtract from there, and then
So
when you
you'd be at
add.
10. So you'd be at 10 hit points.
No. She took 22 from her maximum.
So my
So
hit
she-
points would be 32. So then I do 32 plus 13.
You got it. So you'd be at 45.
22. Oh yeah. So 30. So 30. So 43 then.
All right.
This is not- Okay. I got it.
So
In Baltimore, after praying, he stands up and he's like, "I need to go for a walk. I don't want anybody to follow me." And-
Baltimore says that.
well, that's the best welcome back I've ever received.
Welcome back!
Hey.
As I wrap up the orb and I take Cass's suggestion earlier and throw it into the bag of holding.
Sure. Make sure
So-
you have that written down so that way you know.
Might I ask, where are we?
Just
And
keep-
what are we doing here?
Now, well, let me start from the beginning.
No, that's
Yes. Please.
Oh,
You have the bag of holding, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So, when you left, we were in the Goblin Dungeon,
Yes.
locked up with the slaves. Well, Lackey challenged the Goblin leaders to a
Mhm.
Gobbletory, which means...
Yes, I remember that.
Yes. So, well, we did the Gobbletory.
How did it go?
To get out.
We lost.
So
We
he's
won.
dead.
I
Like-
survived.
like-
Otis
like
is
he died?
dead. Tamaron is alive but possessed by a demon right now.
Oh.
You're possessed by a demon.
I'm possessed by something.
Actually.
Well, we all knew that.
No, but no, seriously, like there's something inside me, or somebody cursed me. So
Yeah.
and
Yes,
that's
and
about
then
it.
and then Atreya saved us from the goblin horde.
Oh, what
on-
did?
Hi, I'm
This is
Atreya.
Atreya. She is-
What? What is your name? Who are you?
My name is Atreya.
Oh,
We're actually on a ship, a flying ship.
we're on a flying ship?
Yeah, we're in the sky right
It's
now.
called
bro.
Skyhaven.
Oh, how convenient. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I beat a dragonborn at a game of getting hit by or struck by lightning.
Okay, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me Blacky's dead, Otis is dead, we lost the Gobbletory.
Blacky's not dead.
No?
Blacky's not dead. Blacky's
Where-
back at the goblin cave.
He earned his freedom.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just earned
did-
his freedom.
Oh.
And then after they killed all of the goblin leaders, fire came down from the sky, and then we realized the ship was coming, and then Atreya and some other people from the ship ran out to help us, and we got on the ship, and now we're here.
Yeah, you remember that ogre that was like leading them?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I
remember.
cracked his skull open with my axe.
You what?
I cracked his skull open with my axe. He's dead.
Oh.
That's how we earned our freedom.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
and
well-
a bunch of like dwarves came and my people came and rescued those two other dwarves we were prisoners with,
Yes.
and then
This is for Cass. This is the first time that you've actually heard him say that was his clan, his dwarves that actually showed up at that cave.
and then the people from the skyship came and picked us up.
And what is this skyship? Why is it here? Why are we on it?
They are taking us to some city that Tamron needed to go to. I don't remember what it's called.
It's called Atlas.
Atlas.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of many, many ships. This is
Well,
the one we're
like
on
10.
is like the main ship of 10. And it's a whole fleet, and they just kind of export and rescue and travel and stuff from city to city.
we actually need your help to figure some things out. The ship is powered by crystals that are powered by wizards and other magical beings that come onto the ship and form these connections with the crystals. Well, all the crystals are supposed to be blue, but they've been turning green, which means that there's some demonic stuff going on with the crystals, and we know that there are some kind of cult that are trying to bring demonic beings to this plane, and there's several things that happen that we're trying to figure out.
They're using Tamaron as like a subject, like a centerpiece to make this demon arise.
Mhm.
And
Well-
and we have this. What time? 10 or something. We have to go back there.
Midnight.
Midnight. We have to meet him back downstairs at midnight in the storage area.
What time is it now?
What time is it now?
From when you rested, it was you guys had 10 hours until midnight, and then this only happened 2 hours in.
So we still have plenty of time. Have to figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say like from where it's at now, you have probably about like 9.5 hours.
We have 9.5 hours.
till midnight.
So Tamron's being possessed, but he's the one being used. Crystals are turning green.
Yes.
We need to turn them to blue.
Yes.
What else is? What am I missing?
The
Right.
captain doesn't believe us.
I think she might have something to, yeah.
The first mate is a drunk who is hiding something. And
Rahun is possessed.
And the
currently.
reason we found out about
curse.
the
not
reason we
possessed.
the reason we found out the crystals to begin with was because when we first got on the ship, there was a shopkeeper whose daughter had touched a crystal that turned green and had been taken over by some kind of demonic thing, and Baltimore was the one to help with it. And then some other things were happening with people on the ship. What happened with, the other shopkeeper?
Oh yeah, his
Children were murdered.
Children, his wife and kids were taken from
killed.
him. But I'm not sure if that's related or if that was because of his gambling debt.
Cass stole things.
I did. I stole things.
You stole what?
She stole things.
He
broke a door.
broke into a store.
And then she broke into that store and stole things.
I would expect this from Baltimore and Rahoon, but not you, Cass.
I know.
That's what I thought.
Well,
Cass, you hear a little bit of disappointment in his voice. Almost enough to make you feel
I'm
guilty.
already guilty. I'm already disappointed in myself, Emerald. Okay, I'm trying to make amends for that.
well, we all have history, and we've all done bad things, but we don't talk about them. So remind me your name again. The paladin
Atreya.
Atreya. What do you know about this? Because you've been on this ship, correct?
Yes.
Or no?
I was on the ship a week before we came and helped rescue the group.
And what was it like on the ship before things started to go south?
It was normal. I knew the shopkeeper and his daughter, very peaceful, kind. The daughter's very young. Doesn't seem like she would get into any trouble. There was no mentions of green stones, anything of such. It all started changing the day that we picked up everybody.
Of course, we bring the bad omens, but okay, well. Alright, so what are your leads? What's the next plan?
Well, I think we need to figure out, unfortunately, what we can do with Rahoon, because he was taken over by this demon who, Rahoon, he introduced himself as Tristane, and he said that this is my host and I will see you again. And when we were down in the storage area and
Yeah,
they
actually,
encountered,
The wordage.
excuse me?
That was like the exact words that I used. You
I
get
know, I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's exactly.
I didn't look at the paper because I was unloaded. When we were down in the storage area, we encountered two other robed men who were chanting and doing spells, and then their friend, I'm sorry, what was his name? Tamaron. And before we left, one of the gentlemen said a gift. His name was Joe, I believe. I've met him once before. He said, here's a gift, and cast a spell or put some sort of power on Rahoon.
You would have remembered it wasn't Joe. It was actually Tamaron.
Oh, it was Tamaron. Okay. Tamaron said, here's a gift. And a crown of green sort of floated or appeared above Rahoon's head.
Do I have to make any constitutions?
And the axe that he was holding was 2 or 3 times bigger than the one that he normally has.
So when we went back to our cabins to
Oh.
rest,
Thank you.
we woke up to Rahoon stabbing and hitting Baltimore with the axe, almost killing him, and then attacking me as well. So
When you come to, you
Rahoon
actually
was not awake,
Already know
and
this.
we don't know. We obviously can tell he doesn't have control over himself at times. So we need to deal, I think, with that issue first.
I have total control.
Also,
No, you don't.
Tamaron and the wizards who are performing the ritual were trying to talk Baltimore into, I don't know, trying to seduce him to the power of whatever it is they were doing. And I think that Baltimore might have more to do with it. But he's been rather secretive. And
Ooh, now you know
Well,
why you
they
hit so hard.
Tamaron spoke to Baltimore and said, I have answers to the questions that you've always asked. If you want to know about yourself, if you want to know about your past, I can help you. And so Baltimore wants to go to find out these answers, but we've discovered that there's another side of Baltimore. And I'm sure he'll be willing to talk to you more about that. It's not my place to tell you, but he's at war with himself right now, and I don't know if this will be the best situation for him.
Well, given his deity and his power of prayer and previous actions, we've all seen he skates the line of good and bad, but I guess we'll have to find out from him. Well, that's a pretty good summary. I still don't know where I was and what it was, but I've seemed to. I got my hat back, which is good, and
Where was it?
it was in this place just as it appeared to be taken by some scroll. It appeared by a similar scroll, and I couldn't tell you exactly where it came from, but I realized with this scroll also brought about a what appeared to be some type of poisonous snake.
What?
Yeah, I put the hat on, of course, as quickly as I possibly could because it's a very, very important possession to me. But the snake that appeared with this hat, it had some type of vibrant yellow liquid dripping from its fangs. I only assumed it to be poisonous. I don't know exactly. But it bit me. But when it bit me, the venom didn't do anything. I took the hat off and I started immediately to feel as if death was coming over me. But when I put the hat back on, it was as if nothing had happened. So
you're telling me? I slowly walk up to him, reach out my hand towards his head. If I do this, oh, I'm not even tall enough to reach his head.
As he starts to get on his tippy toes, he's like,
I
Do
get
you
him
need
on the
some-
bed.
do you need some help, my friend?
No, I got this, and I climb up onto the table. So if I do this, and I reach out towards the hat, and I grab it and pull it off. Do you allow me to pull it off?
Sure.
Pull it off his head.
pull it out.
So, what happens? What starts happening?
You see the top of his head.
See the top. Do you feel anything?
No, I'm fine now. I assume over time, and however long that time was in the abyss, my body expelled this poison, this toxicity. So I can only assume that this hat has allowed me to have an immunity to poison, which I'm not complaining.
That seems pretty cool.
I don't ever remember this hat having this immunity prior to. Another thing that I realized is that the place that I was in, it seemed almost as, like I said, otherworldly. I was able to walk in different areas, but things, they had a gray haze to it, almost as if, it was like a ghostly type world to it, If I were to talk to someone, they couldn't really hear me. It almost seemed like a parallel. I don't exactly know what
So
it is.
you were dead.
Almost, but I wasn't, because I was still able to practice my spells and, not grow rusty, even though I'm already old.
So did you see us?
I looked for you all, and I looked for a way to get out of here. I climbed, some big areas and mountains, and I almost took a fall. But I also realized that one of my other items, my black feather, and I pull it up. Somehow in this abyss, it also gave me the ability to have what I can only describe as falling like a feather. So I fell off of a cliff, actually, and as I was falling, I panicked. But after about a few seconds, I realized I just fell pretty easily to the ground. So if I'm ever,
Aren't you a druid though? Couldn't you just have turned into a bird?
I can, but it's not as, it takes some time to make that transformation. But this now, this ability with my, black feather, having gained this from early on, now if I'm stuck in a very high situation and I fall somewhere, I won't have the peril of death. So, needless to say, I gained a few skills, and I gained a little bit more knowledge of myself in this area, but I still, time went on, and I'm just glad to be back in reality. But I think we need to figure out, one, what's going on with Rahun so he doesn't kill us all again, or try to. And we need to speak with Baltimore. And of course, figure out this whole crystal thing. So,
I go, yeah, you're probably right about that. And it's a good thing I'm awake now, because check this out. And I go and pick up my axe, and can I enlarge it now? Or do I have to entune it?
You have to attune to it.
I'll attune to it then. Give me like 30 minutes, and then I'll show you.
what do you need? You need some time to.
Yeah, so when you attune to an item, there are some magical items that
just wait,
require
wait.
attunement.
Wait a second.
So, so you need to essentially connect yourself with that magical item. And then once you connect yourself with that magical item, you can thus use its magical properties
Okay.
and know what it does. Yeah. I mean, other than that, if it doesn't require attunement, like a bag of holding, you can use it whenever. But there's like armor, weapons, some magical items that require attunement, and you're allowed to only have 3 items attuned to you.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like if you have too much magic running through your body blows up. Essentially, that's the idea of it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
All right. Who can we go and trust to see about this?
Make a Constitution save.
Man.
Yes.
Oh, is he gonna?
You don't know. 15.
Oh, saving throw?
Yeah.
18.
18. You just kind of being there, just kind of like starting to talk, like not to talk, but to figure out the magical properties of this axe.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to hear a voice in the back of your head almost creep up slowly as you're attuning to this. My name is Tristane. And who do I have the pleasure?
I don't say anything. I just. Does anybody else hear this?
What are you talking
Hear
about?
what?
Hear what?
The voice saying his name's Disdain, and I look around the room. I start literally like searching around,
Alright.
like moving things.
Since he said that, I'm putting my armor on because I'm
Okay.
expecting
It-
to get attacked again.
It takes, I think, 5 minutes for you. So you're like starting to
5 minutes.
just,
All
yeah, you gotta like
chainmail.
strap in you gotta strap in everything. You gotta like put everything on.
Alright, well,
It
alright,
takes
fine.
time.
After a minute of looking around and realizing nobody's, I just. My name's Rahu.
Will you set me free, Rahu?
You hear that? Did you hear that?
Hear what,
I don't
Rahu?
hear anything, Raheem.
Somebody just asked me to set them free. Who's?
Where are you hearing this from?
I swear, I'm hearing it from like all around me right now. You guys
Well,
seriously
what
can't
if
hear
you-
this?
I'm sorry.
The only person that hears this is you.
All right, then everybody, shh, shut up.
Ask this person why it wants to be set free.
I am. Be quiet. What? How do I set you free? And what are you being set free from?
Not how, why.
Shut up! I hear the voice. I'll ask the questions.
You must come to where I am and free me of my cage.
Where are you?
I am in the mountains,
Which mountains?
the Great Barrier.
Of course. Why are you there?
That knowledge will come more later. But until then, I do not know why Tamaran decided to link you to me.
Who are you exactly? Now I know your name is Disdain, but like, who are you?
Come and find out. As you hear it fade into the background.
Okay, I think it's gone.
Ah! No, I'm joking. Booyah, baby!
I have my armor on yet.
She's like, no, please, God, no, please, stop.
Just want to get ready.
She's like, God, please, no, God, no. No, please, God. Well,
I'm not
I'm
prepared.
not ready yet.
Not ready to
I'm not
die.
ready yet.
it won't fit.
I need to get some better.
I'm just running around.
Alright, actually, bring back.
Scene.
So, his name's Disdain. He wants us to come free him from his cage. And apparently he knows Tamron on LinkedIn.
You're linked to him.
Oh, I thought you said.
What do you
I thought you
mean?
said. I thought you said. Oh, he knows Tamron on LinkedIn. I was like, yeah, that's great.
I'm linked to him. So,
To the voice.
yeah, it's probably why you guys can't hear him. I think he's inside. I think he's inside my head.
He clearly has control of your body at times, at his will as well.
Ain't nobody have control of my body. Only I have control of my body. And I slam my head against the wall.
Well, I hate
You
to
took
argue
6
with
points
you,
of
but
damage.
Baltimore and I would have to disagree on that.
Yeah, well, Baltimore in here, so this is you against me.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Look, it's not your fault. It's obviously not something you would do on purpose, but
No, it's
we
not.
we need to admit that this is a situation that we need to figure out how to resolve. You obviously don't want someone creeping in your mind and your thoughts and basically ordering you to do his bidding. I mean, what did he say? He wants you to release him from what?
Some cage. He's in the mountains.
Cage? Which mountains?
The Great Barrier Mountains.
Great Barrier Mountains. That was those are the ones that are closer to my village, right?
Correct.
I'm familiar with that's at.
That is not.
You are.
Yes.
Are you from there?
Your village is like at the base of the
Yeah.
mountain. Then.
Yeah, I'm really close to it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because remember when we put the thing there? Okay. All right. So,
Maybe not.
Cass, who do you think we could go to find out? I mean, he's a host. I just don't understand.
Do you
Is he
think
not a
Baltimore
demon
went to
or-
go find what's his name?
Tamron?
Forget his name. No, not Tamron. The other guy.
Roderick?
Yeah, that.
Is there a
Also-
priest or a priestess we can speak with?
There is a temple.
But
Or whose room is this?
Who is
I think
it?
it was. I think it's
Right here in this room. Let's move the bed out of the way, Cass.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
who
Move
is
the bed
it?
out of the
Yeah,
way.
anyway.
On the other side. Woo! Woo!
Oh, it's Corvus.
You open it up, and you almost expect to see something there. You don't see anything, and then you look down, and you see another dwarf.
Well, then
Oh, actually,
Then
for
I
you,
would
it'd
be
be
like-
straight on. You're like,
I would be somebody I would see right now.
and you see,
Without eye contact, actually.
you see Corvus actually just perched, like on his shoulders.
Corvus.
Do I recognize whoever it is? No. Alright, who
Based
do you
on
be?
like first appearances, you see that he has a hood pulled up. You can tell he's massive beard.
Investigation check.
Sure. He has leather armor on. You see he has
19.
knives just pocketed almost everywhere, just layered with knives.
Hi there. I'm Cass, and I see you found my bird.
I've got a 19. Do I see any symbols? Nothing.
No symbols.
No. Nothing to distinguish where he's from.
Nope.
Or clan.
Nope. So he's just kind of sitting there, and he goes up and he just kind of strokes the chest of Corvus.
I'd say. Anybody follow you?
No, I don't believe so. Magnificent bird, this one.
Indeed. Come inside.
Come inside. We don't even know.
Shh.
So
Come inside.
He walks in casually and closes the door. Turns around.
How can we help you?
I think the better question is, how can I help you?
Who are you, good man?
My name is Hagridin, and just like your bird here, he knows a friend when he sees one. I've been taking that into account.
And why should we trust you?
Hey, BJ, just so you know, this entire time all this has been going on, I have continuously, every hour or every 10 minutes,
Ow.
on a consistent basis, I've been drinking from a mug. Just one mug. I'm not refilling it, not doing anything, just drinking from this mug.
You've been drinking from a mug?
Yeah.
For how long?
Continuously. Like, I haven't stopped.
For how long?
Since I've gotten
Since
the mug.
you've seen him.
since you've seen me, since you've appeared.
Do I just now notice this?
I'm just
Yeah, I'll
letting
say
you
like
know.
after some time you actually like put some rhyme and reason to it. You're like, he's been drinking like pretty often, pretty frequently.
Well, I still ask the guy, why should we trust you?
You have no reason to trust me. But I do believe I can help.
How?
You're looking for your father. Yes? Randall?
Yes.
It has been some time since I've seen Corvus. A bit
Are
bigger.
you Finn?
No. My name is Hagridin. As he gives you a small bow.
Yeah, you just literally just.
And how do you know Randall?
I look over at him and I'm like, "Yes."
Randall,
Wait, did you know my father?
I did. Very smart one, that one. Got himself into trouble time to time.
Yes, I've been looking for him ever since he disappeared. He left me a note, but that's all I have.
I will behoove you. Do not follow your father.
Insight check.
What are you looking for?
Danger, essentially.
Sure.
Let's see. 9.
9. Seems trustworthy and honest.
Cool. I go and sit back down and try and continue into my.
Sure.
tasks.
Yeah.
Baltimore. I mean BJ. I swear.
Emerald.
BJ?
Emerald. You've been gone for too long. Emerald. I'm telling you, watch this. Continue to try to watch.
What are you drinking?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. And the technology.
So again, he takes another stroke of Corvus's chest.
Yeah. So, Hagridorn.
Hagridin.
Hagridin. I'm sorry. My name is Atreya.
So,
How
Nice
did
to
you,
meet you. As he again gives you a slide.
How did you come to find us?
After your father left, and he points to you. I was looking for a specific clan by the name of the Dominion. They were after your father. Your father seemed, in most of his adventures, liking and always attracting himself to various items, magical items, various artifacts. And this attracted the Dominion. One artifact in particular, he never mentioned the name, but the Dominion sought highly of it. And the quest began after your father. He was trapped once, but sent word to me, and I got him out.
So I'm trusting this guy immediately because he's telling me all these things about my father.
Sure.
Well,
Free to trust you.
do. Now that you mention it, they're on the ship. Might they be looking for him again, but not know that he's not here?
The Dominion's on this ship?
Yes.
They may not be looking for him, but they may be looking for you.
Well, they
And
know
what would
she's
they
here.
want with Cass?
Do they know you're here? Like your
Yes.
name? Do they know your name?
No.
I don't think so. They've met my friends.
It's one of the reasons why I'm on this ship. I got word of certain things and decided to hop aboard the ship hoping that I could travel pretty fast to where I was needed. It just so happened that I heard of a certain band of people together and I figured I'd check it out myself. And then upon seeing Corvus, I knew the second Corvus came to me. This was not only your father's bird, but your bird.
It took you this long to notice we were here? Really? We've made a lot of noise since we've been
Emerald, this cult that he's talking about, are the people who are doing the ritual, who are taking over the crystals on the ship. They were the ones that we found in the storage, like, in the storage area where the power of the ship is. That's where we saw them, like, chanting and doing the ritual around the crystal, trying to bring demonic energy.
And what do they want with Cass, Hagrid?
If I don't have some kind of item, and that's why they were after my father, what would they possibly want from me?
Hostage. They get you, send word out that they have you, draw your father out. And your father does not have the time to come and find you.
So you know where he is, then.
You
I
made
never
it
said
sound-
that.
But you know whether or not he has the time, which means you know what he's doing, which means you
I know
the
of what he
idea.
wanted to do. And if he is in thus, on that path, he does not have the time.
What did he want to do?
What is
Have
he
you
trying
not
to
gotten
do?
the letter? Did the captain give you a letter?
The captain gave me a letter,
Do what it
but
says.
it was.
Go to the Citadel
It doesn't
Find
say
Finn.
to go. It doesn't say
and start your life new.
about the citadel.
How do you believe you can help us in the situation? What do you know of the Dominion?
Why are you so scared?
Who you talking to?
Him, the dwarf.
Scared of what?
I mean, why are you scared?
Of?
Of whatever it is that Cass might be pursuing.
I know
Why?
only of what her father told me.
Why can't I find my father again? And why is it that he can be so okay leaving and chasing whatever it is that he's doing, getting himself into trouble, and I haven't gotten anything but a letter?
Questions will be answered in due time.
Speaking of, you seem to know something. Do you know of anybody named Tristan? Tristan?
Could not tell you. No, I've never heard of this name.
Back to my previous question. What do you know of the Dominion?
They were a cult that was after her father. Do not know much, rather than they caught her father at some point and was going to have some sort of ceremony with him and an artifact that he found. He was able to send Corvus out and find an ally, thus finding me. And I am trained in stealth and maneuverability in the dark, thus aiding her father to leave and get out. And upon his exit, he told me about his daughter and her free spirit to go and find him. I
So
believe
you're
I
a
can
rebel.
help to keep you safe, give you information when needed, but I cannot join you. I must stay to my own path.
And what's her father's name?
So what is your plan for the Dominion, and now that you've found us?
Just to see if you needed any aid, information, and to tell you cats, don't waste your time with the Dominion. Stay away from them. Go to the Citadel. Go to Atlas. You'll be safe there.
But
About
how are we
that.
supposed to just let this whole entire ship be taken over by this cult? They're destroying the energy that keeps the ship alive.
You won't deal with it. Let the wizards of the ship deal with it.
I think the wizards, they're not doing anything about it.
We've kind of made an appointment
An appointment.
already. Yeah.
They've requested to seek an audience with one of our members, Baltimore specifically. We were down there earlier
Don't go.
and encountered them.
Do not go. Do not let them capture her.
Yeah, buddy. It's not really
Or find
up
out
to
who she
you.
is.
I think we should seek advice from all angles before we make a decision.
But we've already made the decision. If we don't go now, we already know what's gonna happen.
Do you know anything about what specifically it is that they're trying to do or what it is they want?
I don't.
All I know is
I
that
didn't
the
stay to
ritual I
investigate.
saw involved dragon sacrifice and
Do you know of anyone on the ship that we could trust, that we could have help us? Because we will be going down there more than likely tonight. Baltimore has answers to seek, and we don't want to stand by and watch this ship be taken over by demons. Because obviously they're doing some sort of ritual where they are using people as vessels and bonding them and attaching them with other stronger entities for their own purpose, as we have seen with Rahum. There's a lot of innocent lives on here.
What are you talking about? And he looks over to the ball. He looks over to you. What are you talking about?
last night he seemed to be taken over by a demon and nearly hacked our friend's head off.
That was literally like not even an
this
hour.
a couple hours ago.
Not even
No.
an hour ago.
In the middle of the night, we were woken up by Rahum standing over.
Literally 45 minutes ago, guys.
That's alright. As I was saying, we were woken up by Rahum standing over Baltimore and attacking him, which that is his friend, he wouldn't do that, and attacking me as well. And then we heard a voice coming from him, which was not Rahum's voice, that said that my name is Tristan and this is my host. I will see you again. And he has spoken to Rahum since then, saying that he wishes to be released.
Fortunately, I don't know anything about what the Dominion does or how they do what they do. I know that they are a demon cult. I know that they work with demons and devils. But in the only encounter that I've ever had with them was to get her father out, and I did not stay to investigate further.
There's very little we know as well. We're seeking to free Rahum so that he has all of his will and all of his power and his own control. We're not sure how to go about that and who we can even trust to help aid us in this.
So with that, he kind of like pulls out his arm, and you see Corvus kind of go onto his arm, and he goes up to Cass, and he's like, "This bird is a magnificent bird. Keep care of it. Corvus will treat you well. There's more secrets in that bird than I've ever seen. I believe the bird will be able to tell you who you can and cannot trust." He says, "Also, do not mention me to anyone. I do not need my name being spilled.
Who are you?
My name is Haggerton."
Are you leaving the
I was
ship?
acting like I didn't know who you were, so you wouldn't be telling anybody.
No.
Are you leaving the ship?
No, I just prefer to stay out of eyes of others.
Do you know the captain?
And
She.
at this point, you notice that he's always had his hood up. You still haven't seen his face. You've seen essentially his nose and lips. And for the ones that have higher passive perception, Cass,
9, yeah.
what do you have?
Just in
Passive
darkness,
perception.
half elf. Oh, and what?
17.
17.
And say that again. And what?
Passive perception.
Passive perception. What is that?
Passive perception means, you know how if you're sitting around like in your room or something and you're studying, out of nowhere you'll look up and you'll look over to something because you see it out of the corner of your eye.
Yes.
That's passive perception. You're not purposely looking for it. You just subconsciously notice something.
I'm wondering where I'm supposed to be looking.
It's
to
underneath
see.
your main stats. Right above that little square box on the bottom left-hand corner.
Oh, I don't have anything in there. It's
Alright.
blank.
It's 10 plus dexterity, and then if you're proficient in perception, you get bonus.
Correct.
10 plus dexterity and then.
If you're proficient in perception, you get your proficiency bonus as well.
So it's plus the bonus.
So yeah, so
If
yours
you're
would be
if you're proficient in the
15
saving throw,
plus-
are you proficient in the saving throw? No, then you don't get the bonus, the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you are. Your proficiency. Yeah. So yours would be. She has 18.
I think I have 14.
Okay,
Just 10 plus.
it's 18.
Four.
That's the
Yeah,
DC.
so
on it.
14.
So Cass, you're the only one that sees it, but throughout like his nose, you can almost see deep scars all over his mouth and his nose, almost where his like nose is almost pulled back, almost like he's missing a nostril almost. His lips almost cut in where you can see part of his gums on his tooth, and you can almost imagine what the face might be under the mask.
I'm gonna tune to the axe yet.
No, it takes 30 minutes.
Well, thank you for your information,
Yeah, no problem.
Hagridon.
Hagrid math.
Hagridon.
Hagridon.
Hagrid.
Okay, so I was saying
Fifth.
Hagridon. Okay.
So,
Hagrid.
are we just supposed to leave the ship and pretend like we didn't see anything we've seen?
Yes.
How do we get off the ship anyway?
I believe
3 more days.
it docks in 2.
2 days.
Hmm.
Well,
Look for Finn and that one boisterous lady. I don't know what her name is.
Ratchet.
They have instructions to take care of you and your friends. And just don't worry about your father. I must be going. And he starts to turn and he's like, it was very nice to meet you all. And he kind of gives a little bow.
Thank
Fairly
you.
well.
And he goes to leave and he
Yeah.
opens the door.
That was weird.
interesting.
This ship just gets weirder and weirder.
I have to be honest, I thought the last thing the cult was coming for was me.
Maybe you should stay
Why did you say
behind.
that? Never spoiled.
I think we should find Baltimore.
I agree.
Make sure he's okay.
Where is Baltimore?
I'm totally down for that, guys, but really tired. Probably gonna sleep. Since
Alright.
we only slept for like 2
Maybe we
hours.
should finish resting.
Alright, so shall we restrain you in some sort of way so we don't wake up to.
I'll go back to my own room.
Yeah, how about you guys just get out of my room?
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, Emerald, you'll notice that when you step out, there's multiple
He
floors
won't
on
have
the
a
ship.
room. They don't know he's here.
I'll stay with you, Rahun.
Okay.
Someone needs to watch over you.
Okay.
Thank you, Emerald.
Alright.
So I walk out, go over to my room.
I do the same.
So as you walk out, you notice it's pretty simple. There's no sign of the door whatsoever. You see your respective rooms. So you take and venture to them.
Yes, I'm gonna look around to make sure that there's no one around, I'm not being followed or anything like that.
Sure. Make a
So
perception check.
that person that we saw like standing up somewhere before.
We didn't see it, it was
There's a
Baltimore who
tree.
saw it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm.
I thought we did see that.
Not just Baltimore.
Just Baltimore, he told us about it.
That's probably why he went for a walk.
I have a 5.
5. Yeah, everybody seems to go about the bill business.
Are you supposed to roll perception?
Yeah.
I
She just wanted to
be
go.
lying.
I
Sure.
just wanted
You
to see
beeline,
that person
open
is.
your door. Everything's nice and cozy.
As the girls leave the room, I bye, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bug bite and all that jazz and stuff, and I slam the door and I turn around and I go, Emerald, so bud,
You
hey,
guys both go in your room
Welcome back.
sleeping.
Yeah.
how are
yes.
you? You feeling okay? Are you okay?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome.
Surprisingly,
Drink
I
this.
was quite rested in this dark
I
place.
shoved my mug into his face while he's talking. Drink this!
What is that?
Drink it!
Is it?
As he kind of puts it up to your face, you can smell. It almost smells like just straight rancid acid, almost like somebody put feet, sweat, vomit, all in the same cup, and it almost like singes your nose hairs, and you can almost hear the faint bubbling
Well,
of this liquid.
good God, Rahul, what is this?
I know, disgusting, right? I take another sip of it.
As he goes and takes a swig.
What
Whatever
is this?
this
Where did you
is,
get this? Why are you drinking so much?
Because it will help me be stronger.
Said who?
That Randall dude, the first mate. He's got secrets, and this is how I will unlock it. As I take another sip.
The who?
Randall, the first mate of this ship. He's got secrets. I'm gonna figure them out.
Did anyone else give you this drink, or just this Randall?
Just him. But I'm telling you, everybody else in the party knows who he is and knows that there's something up with him. I'm not crazy.
Something up with him?
Yes, he's always drunk, but even in his drunken state, he's always aware of his surroundings somehow. I've
I
thrown
don't
two
think you
mugs
can
at his
drink
head.
this drink anymore.
I've thrown 2 mugs at his head while he's been completely drunk, and he's caught both of them. No problem, no hesitation. Whatever he's doing, I want.
I don't think you should drink that drink anymore.
I'm gonna drink all of it, all the time, because it never stops refilling.
That's the problem.
What do you mean? It sounds.
You don't know where this magical drink is coming from
I do
and
know.
what effects it's having on your body and mind.
But I do.
But you don't. You
But-
just said you got it from a man named Randall, and you don't even know what's in it.
I do though. I went and retrieved it myself.
So what's in it?
It's Dragon Ale.
Dragon what?
Dragon Ale. Look, I'm fine. See? Am I drunk at all? Like,
Your body's starting to build up a little immunity to it, but yeah, you're like tipsy.
see, I'm fine. Look,
You need to put
watch
the cup
this.
down.
And I try to enlarge my axe again. I finally have it in tune. You're like, can I enlarge you now?
Look at his face.
I would say that the time has passed, but you've already used it.
Already used it?
You don't know when, but you used it.
Oh no.
Well, how about this? How about you get some rest and take it easy
That
on that
sounds like
cup?
Because
a
it says
delightful idea.
it says you need a long rest for every time you use it,
Yeah.
and you used it that night. Used it not what is it? Not even 45 minutes.
Yeah,
ago?
45 minutes ago, yeah.
I think you should take a rest and put the cup down for a little while.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I'm gonna.
Both of you make a nature check.
18.
5.
5. Yeah, you don't see nothing. You're just like, hey, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So you start going to bed. Emerald, as you're kind of, looking around the room, you notice that there's gems in the walls and stuff, but you can't help noticing that there's a massive tree limb that just kind of goes across the room. And as you kind of just watch it, you could swear that it's almost growing in the room.
Can I do a closer investigation check to see exactly where the growth, and it's where it's coming from and how, at what rate it's growing?
I mean, there's no check needed. I mean, you can tell it's growing very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But where the tree, it almost goes as if like it's part of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't really know where it's heading to, without actually leaving the room altogether.
I just walk up to my bed and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to.
Do we want to take a bathroom break? Is that what everybody's standing up for?
Yeah, actually. If you
Okay.
need to pee.
No problem. We'll be right back. Apparently, the players need to use the restroom, so we're gonna go ahead and take a small break, and we'll be right back.
Finish up what you're doing.
No, it's okay. right, how you doing? Welcome back to Epic Interactions after a nice little short wee break, pee wee break, whatever. We're gonna get back into it as Emerald. You were noticing the tree-like trunk or branch that was in the room.
Correct. I'm gonna follow it.
Sure. So it goes to the corner of the wall and then it's gone.
All right. So I'm going to exit the room and see if I can't see where it goes
Alright,
beyond.
so you exit the room and you immediately are brought up to almost like a cruise ship like inside where there are just multiple rooms on either side, with a massive park in the middle. And there's a massive tree that just kind of flows up and just goes into the walls of the tree, or into the tree goes into the walls, where you kind of know, okay, maybe that's where actually the tree is coming from, or the tree branch are coming from. As the branches go so high up, it starts to gets lost in this mystical, arcane like cloud that presents itself over this area to give it the atmosphere of to live, if you will.
So I'm gonna try to trace it back to the trunk.
You see the trunk, like you see the massive tree.
How big around is this tree trunk?
Like Whomping Willow size, like massive.
Okay. And it's continually growing.
Well, you only saw that one branch growing. You don't know. You can't see any other parts growing.
Okay. All right. Well, do I notice anything around the tree trunk? Is there any like
There's a
suspicious
nice little
activity?
park area, and there's people there just talking.
Okay.
There's benches set up. You can definitely tell that this is supposed to be like a social, like common area.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go back to room and just watch this branch grow while I watch Rahun.
You fall asleep. So you three are asleep. Emerald, as you're kind of just watching this tree branch grow, and you start to kind of drift off, you start going into this like mid stasis almost, where you're not quite asleep but you're not quite awake.
I'm sleeping with my eyes open.
Yeah, that's fine. And the tree branch starts to give a pulsing blue. As throughout the room, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check with disadvantage if you're sleeping. You begin to hear a voice.
Me or Rahun?
Well, I'm about to find out if Rahun hears it too.
Okay.
17.
17 with disadvantage? Yeah, you hear it. Like, yeah. I mean, you're free to wake up and listen if you wish. But you hear.
I'll wake up in consciousness, but
Yeah.
like my eyes. Are
Yeah,
still
so
asleep.
close.
I'm still like here, but I'm just listening.
Yeah, and so you hear Emerald as you're kind of in this state.
Yeah. I got a 24 for perception.
Yeah.
Nice.
Old one, you are here. I am weak, but it's nice to see you.
So immediately from this, I wake up from my stance and I think to myself, do I recognize this voice from anywhere? Can I like recollect hearing this before?
No, not at all.
Not at all. So I speak out to it and I say, who are you? How do you know who I am?
Everyone knows who you are, old one. The trees know.
Who is everyone?
Nature, trees, dryads, those in tune.
You sound weak. What's happening here?
My life is being drained.
It's the crystals, isn't it?
No. The crystals help sustain my power. They help my roots grow. There's something else here. More evil.
What's the source?
I do not know. Nor do I have the power to find out.
Well, what do you know? What can you tell me?
The gems. The gems that power me are turning not the blue color, but different shades of green.
Yes, I've been informed of this. Has this ever happened before, and is there any way to turn them back?
No, there's not.
You don't know of any way.
No. Old one, I need your help.
How can I help?
Find out what is happening to me.
And what is your name? What do you call yourself?
With that, you hear almost a long exhale as the tree branch begins to dim, as you can almost, in a sense, feel that the power that was giving its life to be able to talk and respond to you is not as strong as is not as strong as it needs to be.
In order to respond and communicate, yeah. So are they still resting? Or is Rahul?
Oh, Rahul's passed out on the bed, as far as you can tell. Actually, make a performance check for me.
Halfway through that conversation, I go back.
You want me to make a performance check?
Is that what you make a performance check?
Performance. Advantage or disadvantage? Doesn't matter. You got a 3.
3? During that conversation, you notice that Rahul kind of like rumbles a lot, almost to act as he's still sleeping, but you kind of get the feeling that he might have been awake.
So, I'm gonna say, Rahul, did you hear that? So is that a yes or a no?
Wake up!
I'm going to go over and push him out of bed.
Make a strength check. Me and that crit.
17.
Ooh.
17. So you go over to the bed. You kind of take your foot. You dig your heel on the side. You just like shove him off the bed as you just.
I don't know.
Wake
You were
up,
too
you
busy
love.
trying to
I
stay
know
awake
you heard
and
that.
stay asleep.
He's still asleep.
Oh no, he's still just gonna just lay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He pushes me
He
out.
just kind of goes
I'm
over.
just like, I'm just, I roll over back onto my belly and I'm like,
So now he's on his belly on the floor.
still sprawled out,
Damn.
middle finger out.
Clearly he's awake.
Well, as they're
Not wanting to
resting,
be.
I think I'm gonna go out and just kind of look around. Just look around at the people and see if I can see or hear any type of like suspicious conversations or activities. See if anybody knows anything about, these crystals.
I just let out a big. I get up, I dust myself off. I'm like, fine, you do that. Go to the teleporter. It's on this side. You want to go to the market? Go Quintia Marcal. Right? Yeah, Quintia Marcal.
So funny if you
No,
send
he
him down to the
finally gets
storage
it
unit.
If you want to go to the bar, You say Quintium, whatever the storage one is.
Okay.
What? What did you say?
It's all pocket dimensions and just trust me. Go to the teleporter. Say Quintium, whatever the storage one is.
Are you seriously gonna do that? Wow.
There were enemies down there.
Quintium Stag.
Just go to the teleporter.
side
Go Quintium Stag. It will bring you to where all the people are. Well, actually, it will bring you to where all the information you're looking for will be.
You're a horrible friend.
I am.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
He might be trapped. What if he gets trapped?
Hey! Before we go, this is Quintium Cabot. Cutting back here is Quintium Cabot.
I need you to write it down.
Oh God damn it! You get a pen and a quill and stuff, and I write it down for him.
Sure.
I give him only the 3. I don't give him the top where the captain's quarter is or anything like that. I
So
only give him,
you give him
I give him Quintium Stag.
Markel, Quintium Cabot, and Quintium Stag.
Yeah, Quintium Stag first.
Stare.
Okay.
Then Quintium.
What are these? What am I saying? What is this?
Quintium Stag. That's the place where you want to find all the information. Quintium Cabot is to bring you back here to the rooms. Quintium Markel is where the market shop place is. But go to Quintium Stag. Quintium Stag has all the info you need.
Okay.
Okay, just be quiet when you enter that place.
All right. So I go. I follow his instructions.
Alright, so you walk out and over to the right, you notice that there are some people that are kind of beaming in and leaving. Very few though, as you know it's pretty late at night at about this time, probably like mid-afternoon. So maybe there's some people out there, but
It's like 5 o'clock probably.
so yeah. So you get over to the teleporter and you find somebody that's kind of like, you kind of explain how everything kind of works out, and they tell you, oh yeah, you just step on the thing and then you say the words and then it'll take you to where you need to go.
All right. So I walk up, stand on the platform, and say whatever it is that you just said.
Which one? There's 3 of them.
Quintium Stag or whatever it was he just said.
Good luck.
So you kind of see a bright blue light, and immediately you kind of open your eyes and you can tell that you're in a storage area of some sort. You see boxes laid about, barrels laid about, cages also there with these little looking dragons. You know for a fact that they're not actual dragons, that you know that they're more of dragon fairies. You encountered them throughout your travels.
Correct.
And you also hear a faint buzz, almost like a hard hum, if you will.
All right. So I go towards the noise.
All right. So you like start to come around the corner, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw twice.
15
You did that too.
and 17.
15 and 17.
Yeah.
Capture it.
Yeah, you're good. So you start to hear this humming sound. Almost starts to sound like a drone, like a, as it's almost constant, as you know more and more go. And you're trying to find the source of wherever this is, but you can't seem to find it. And as you come around the corner, you see 3 individuals. One of which is Tamaron, another 2 that are elven in facial structure, but they look to be hard locked in a ritual right now. And on the floor, there's a massive blue circle with engravings along the whole circle. And in the middle,
Did they notice me yet?
no,
Are
they don't seem to be even paying attention to you right now. And in the middle, you see 2 individuals. You see one looks to be male in structure, motionless, blood scattered. Expression on his face, eyes open in the direction where you're at, with his mouth just completely open. You know that he died, or he is dead. The second, smaller in structure, female, almost childlike, has longer hair. You know this to be a girl, a girl of some sort. She is also dead. Blood spilled, as blood is starting to encompass this circle.
So they're performing some type of blood magic. But you said there's a stone that's blue, or is it the crystal?
It's not crystal. It's essentially like a ritual circle that has been arcane magically engraved into the ground. So when they started the ritual, this engraving came across.
Hmm. And then these two dead bodies with the blood are in the middle.
Correct.
On top of it. And who are the two individuals on the side of it? Do I recognize them at all?
No, you've never seen them before.
Can I do an arcane, like history check or like knowledge check to see if I
Sure.
have an understanding of what
do an Arcana
the
check.
enchantings are? 17.
17. You've never seen this ritual done before. You have no idea what's going on. I do need you to make another 2 saving throws.
Okay.
Constitution saving throws.
14 and 13.
Okay. Yeah, you're still good. You still hear that droning sound. That.
What else do I see in the area? Like, when I hear that sound,
It's encompassing like all areas. You don't know what direction it's coming from. You just hear it.
Okay.
And past the barrels and everything, you see a massive mound of crystals that look to be the main generator of the ship, or of these crystals, where you see it's all light. It's all blue. It's all like a light blue sky, and you can feel the energy coming from it. And that's essentially all I see. Just this ritual taking place and everything happening.
Are they blue or are they green?
The crystals are blue, like sky blue.
Okay. I don't really know what to do in this situation. I'm not going to go walk up and interrupt him, but...
After a little bit, you begin to hear the droning get louder. As
Yeah.
now you hear the sound of wings flapping, almost like...
Insects.
Almost.
Yeah.
But the sound is way too loud to be any type of small insect.
Is it super dark in this area?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's kind of lit up by like the ritual that's taking place in the big gem on the other side,
Uh-huh.
but it's pretty dim, I would say.
Can I go away from, back down the hallway where I was previously and cast Produce Flame?
Well, it's not really a hall, but yeah, you can step back into where the teleporters are, yeah.
Or just, out of line of sight where,
Yeah.
and maybe behind a barrel or something where they might not be able to see me.
Sure. As you go to turn around, you're met with 2 sets of complete black eyes. Blue fur around the neck and on the head. The droning sound you can hear coming from the wings as these 2 insect-looking insects, for right now, are about 3 times the size of you.
Oh, good.
2 sets of them with a long mosquito-like snout. Each have 6 legs and just drop in between you and the teleporter.
Perfect. Okay.
I need you to make another 2 Constitution saving throws.
Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, lit. Okay, 17.
Yep.
And, ooh, 21.
Yeah, you're good.
So you guys
Okay.
It's fine.
Because of
Well, I'm gonna try to get around and go to the teleporter.
I actually need you to roll initiative.
Alright, well, here we go. 13.
Get some music up in this, please.
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking I can't wait to see Rahun.
I hope you get a chance to see him.
I know, right?
Alright, and just so that way I know that you can see, I'm gonna move your little guy over here. Excuse me, everybody. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. I cannot now.
You see that okay?
Yeah. Can you just point to where I'm at?
Oh, I'll show you, don't worry.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm not the best.
You're the worst.
I'm the best.
Absolute worst.
Love ya. You'll be fine, bro. You got this.
Alright, and for the viewers at home. Sure. That is Rahun and the area in which everything is going on. Alright. So, what's the initiative order?
I got a 13.
13. You definitely go first.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Sure, go ahead. I have to make dexterity saving throws, yeah?
Yeah, it's each creature in a 15-foot cube must make Constitution saving.
That is a
Fif-
6 and a 14.
Okay, my AC is 15, so
It's against your spell DC.
spell DC. I believe I'm a 17. Hold on, let me look it up again. It's been some time since spell DC is 17.
Yeah. So they
That's fine.
so
Okay, so on failed save, 2d8 thunder damage.
Sure. Do the damage.
7, 5.
7 and 5.
And then they're pushed back, I think. They push back? Yeah. In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within our area effect are automatically pushed 10 feet from you. Yeah. Yeah, and is pushed 10 feet away from you. Okay, so they're pushed 10 feet back.
Okay.
And with my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Flame Blade. That's a bonus action.
Okay.
Concentration spell up to 10 minutes.
Run.
Okay. Anything else?
Like I said, if I have a moving action or moving, I'm gonna try to get to the teleporter.
There we go. Alright. They're currently blocking you. So to get to the teleporter, you'd have to take opportunity of attack from both of them.
Alright, so is there any way that I can move back?
Yeah. But then you're gonna go into sight of the ritual. It's your call.
No. I guess I'll take opportunity of attack him.
Okay. So you're gonna try and go pie them. They're gonna make opportunities to attack on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, there goes that. Good luck, bud. All right. What's your DC?
15.
15. That is a natural crit. And a 19.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
So that's double damage.
Do you want to do the crit first, or do you want to do? What do you want to do first, buddy? You want to do the crit or regular?
It doesn't matter either.
All right, we'll do the crit first. All right, here we go. That is 41 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then you have 26 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that also is a maximum hit point deduction.
Well, I'm dead after the second one, so.
There's no one around to save them.
I need you to make 3 death saving throws. I need you to do 5 and take the best out of 3.
Okay. What am I shooting for again? I always forget this.
You need to make a 10 or a higher to succeed and 10 or less to fail.
Okay. You said best 3 out of 5?
That's 3 out of 5.
9.
Failed.
15.
Succeed.
17.
Succeed.
10.
Succeed.
And 12.
They do still get to attack. Since that was only one. The other one still gets his opportunity of attack.
Okay.
Which is gonna be 2 crits.
Okay.
With that, your character is currently dead.
Correct.
Oh shit.
Currently, so with the rules of death in this game,
Well, we're sleeping, so
a
like,
spell.
the only person who could possibly know where he could possibly be would be Ryan.
But no, Baltimore.
Baltimore cannot take him back now. Baltimore does not have any resurrection abilities besides the one that says has to be done within a minute, and he is not anywhere near to do anything within a minute.
I don't even have that either.
So, Emerald, as your body takes to the ground, one of the last things that you hear are the droning sounds of these wings beating over you, with needles poking you. And you hear the faint sound of what seems to be the tree that spoke to you in the room, as you hear a long moan. Of almost the sound of like an older male grandpa, if you will, crying over his lost son. As you finally feel your spirit leave the body in which you're currently in. Is there any last words you want to say real quick? As you're going down.
I'm just gonna take a big sigh. So it's like, that's pretty much it.
Very well. So with that, as Emerald is dead, the party is sleeping. Rahun is sleeping. Baltimore is out on a walk, not knowing really what's going on. I'm gonna say we're just gonna go ahead and stop here for the night and just pick this up next week.
Yep. Dang, man.
We appreciate you guys staying tuned, seeing what's going on. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Let this resonate, and we'll see you next week here on Epic Interactions. You guys keep it epic out there. See ya.
See ya.